Wow, a video about not Brazil? About not Chainsaw Man? That's crazy. Wow, who would ever think of doing such a thing? Me. Me. I would do such a thing. Welcome back to the Muffadella chat. I do not say that. I do. Whatever. What? You know what? Let's start with a quote. Okay? Life is like a video game. You come into the game, you push the power on, you face trials and tribulations, ups and downs, and each time failures make you stronger, the wins make you stronger, and you grow. Then you realize at the end of the game you've been the hero the whole way. So be your hero. Thank you, Charles Martinet. That had no freaking relevance to this video, and you're freaking welcome. Anyway, my fucking dysfunctional mouse. Sorry, YouTube. Not really. There we go. We got some notes. Since there's some good talking points about this week's Dandadan. Yes. So Dandadan is back. I don't know if you saw the fucking thumbnail or not, or if you just clicked on it because you like hearing my voice. Whatever. Dandadan is back. MOMO'S back. OKARUN'S back. JIJI'S back. AIRA'S back. And everybody else, I guess. I'm kidding. Vamola's cool. Turbo Granny's cool. Everybody but Sakata's pretty cool. I love this cast. I love this cast. I even forgot that Rin is, I guess, part of this cast now too, but part of it almost like she was like a. It's so interesting. She was like a character that has always existed. I feel like in the sphere, but I don't know how Yukinobu Tatsu's done it, but like, you know, he's made her embedded into like the story for real, and I think that's impressive, and that needs to be acknowledged before we go like chapter specific. Jesus, this is what happens when I scarf down a sandwich before eating. Tiny Momo. If you don't remember, because it's been a while, Unji and Momo got out. However, Momo ate way too much fucking food in like in the what's it called? The little guy sphere or whatever. And now she's kind of just stuck. And I really hope it's like a comical point, like a comical standpoint, just cuz God, like it's adorable that she's so small. I mean, look at Ira just trying to like put like little clothes on her and stuff like that. Adorable. And Vamola's just like, "Aw, Momo kawaii." But like yeah, I is it like I get so attached to the characters, especially like a cast I absolutely adore, and I just don't want anything bad to happen to them. But that's just like part of life, like part of anime life. So I really hope that she's able to get back to normal. It's very convenient that, you know, they confess, you know, Momo and Okarun, so cute. They're so cute, so cute. I want them to confess already. I want them to date already. I want them to go Momo. I fucking love them. Um, but yeah, it breaks my heart kind of that we have like a little thing in between, but I think I really hope that we'll get our conclusion. Or we'll get that plot point wrapped up, you know? I remember to mute my throat clearing this time. Anyway, um actually I was gonna go into Saint Germain thing and Dandadan, but I should also bring up the Gigi love interest thing. It does seem like Gigi I they're exes, right? Like they used to be like a thing, this sort of thing, like in like middle school, early, yeah, something like that. And Gigi's become a player since then. He's become a really hot, whatever. I love him as well. But it's gonna be such a big heartbreak, um, that not 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 a massive heartbreak. And I hope he can take it. I hope he can take it like a champ. But Momo's only got eyes for Ken Takakura, and Not the one that she idolized growing up, but the one that, you know, has been protecting her. It's so cute. And it's I feel for Gigi. I hope I don't know. I really love Ira. She's my favorite. I think she's like she's not even a little shit. She's just a shit. And I think her and Gigi as a couple would be really cute as well. But we'll see how things wrap up, you know. That'll be interesting. And then we these are more structured. This is the most structured like it'll ever get. But there's the Saint Germain point. And I think like with the big reveal last time, it was like, oh, are you familiar with Dandadan? And then there's a big cliffhanger, and then we're left with like 3 weeks to 4 weeks, like a month basically, of no Dandadan. And we just kind of had to dwell on that. It's really interesting that it was kind of almost just brushed aside. But if you look at back in the manga, um, you kind of see like remnants of Saint Germain's presence, almost as if he's erasing himself from like the picture. I will say this didn't come to mind like uh at first. I think I had to take to Twitter to like have the importance of it like or like this theory like pushed into me kind of thing, but like pushed into my brain, whatever words. But like I saw a Saint Germain and I'm like, he's just kind of like lurking around. And if you saw in previous chapters, there's he's just casually a teacher. He takes over the I think the occult club stuff, like idea, and then like kind of vanishes as a presence. And it seems like he's gonna continue to do that potentially. I It's also interesting that the next volume cover, or not the next volume cover to come out in English, but like I think maybe in Japan though, that one is Saint Germain on the cover, and we might see a series of events where things start to get like forgotten about the things that he might be influencing. He might be the one that bears the Dandadan. We don't know what a Dandadan is. Going into the series, I thought Dandadan was literally just some kind of onomatopoeia, whatever, like fun title. Um, but I guess it's got a deeper meaning than that. I mean, we're pointed in more of a meaning in like I don't know however long Dandadan's been a thing since or like comparatively to like Bleach. Like Bleach, I don't even know if we know like what Bleach means in like the Bleachosphere or whatever. But Dandadan, like we'll probably find that out soon. And what's it called? Um, Speaking about like finding stuff out, like about like the future of Dandadan, it's interesting how there was an interview recently about with Yukinobu Tatsu and how he talked about like the story, like how he goes about stories. He wanted Momo as a main character, but I think or like he just wanted like like a female lead as a main character, but especially with boys manga, it seems he didn't feel confident, or like the people, the editors, the people that kind of approved that sort of thing, they're like, nah, that was a fucking ass idea. Why would they ever like that? Even though Lucy exists, you know, shout out Fairy Tale. But here we are. Um, so we get basically like co main character kind of thing with Okarun and Momo. And one thing he also mentioned is how although like he loves the action, like what's it called? He makes sure he does it really well. It's very impressive. We adore him for it because Dandadan looks freaking beautiful. He does a really good job of conveying a lot of like visual spectacular whatever while still like progressing the story. And I feel like Chainsaw Man, especially in part one, had a very similar thing. So it's very cool. Um, and I think with a pattern that we've seen like throughout the series, that no matter what the like what no matter what the circumstance is, everything will be kind of relatively okay, and things will kind of wrap up. And as someone who gets really attached to those characters, like I mentioned earlier, I'm so glad. I I say I'm so glad. I'm really hoping that it continues to be that way. Um, for Momo's safety, for example, like being a small little guy at the moment, and just like the fears about Dandadan. They'll probably have one big battle. They'll be like being bruised up, maybe even like really close to point blank death. But power of friendship. I think Tatsu knows the power of friendship beats them all. I mean, I think it'll be fine. The only circumstance where Saint Germain can't be defeated by the power of friendship is Ligon for you soccer watchers, football watchers, but that's irrelevant. We're not in Gigi's room anymore. But yeah. Um oh, and there's one other thing like about the interview that I really wanted to mention. This is just like me just throwing up all my ideas like Dandadan really. I hope you enjoy it. But like the last thing being um so a lot of us have been made aware that Fujimoto, Mr. Chainsaw Man, Mr. Lookback, Mr. Goodbye Airy, or Sayonara Airy, um, he used to have editors that have now gone on to like make their own manga series. I mean, I think a lot of them like do that anyway. Maybe even like the current ones I haven't like properly checked, but most notably Yukinobu Tatsu. Tatsu. I'm butchering these names. I am talking really fast too. Oh my goodness. But yeah, him. And then we've also got the Spy Family author that ironically doesn't really like Spy Family, but writes it because it pays the bills. You know, we I feel like there was a perception of like underlingism, especially with that's not a word, right? Like under Fujimoto. But what's really cool is I think we're starting to realize that they're all kind of like on equal footing, sort of thing. It's just that maybe Fujimoto kind of just um was the one that was proactively making it his series, like making his series like come to life, sort of thing. But you know, uh I think all three of the people that I mentioned, they they always wanted to do it like go for the glory themselves, and not just like in a self like really selfish way, but you know they're they were like people with a vision, with a story vision, and it's really glad it's really good that they've been able to kind of pursue that. Um, it's we've got like am I fumbling this? Ah, my momentum. This is why I talk fast. Not really. With Spy Family, with Dandadan, with Chainsaw Man, we're seeing maybe like a group of friends, a group of colleagues that really got like along together to probably like work together, right? Into creating such beautiful things. And I'm really curious if we're going to start to see people emerge in similar ways where like, you know, we have like friend groups, for example. We have like like buddies that we have similar interests with growing up. Or just, through association we just tend to like gravitate towards each other. And then eventually like we go on our own like paths and projects kind of thing, but we stay in touch. And hearing like Yukinobu Tatsu, for example, seeing what I can't really say on Spy Family guys point of view, but yeah, him looking at like Fujimoto's work and getting inspired and like kind of getting like a fire up his ass and being like, hey, I'm gonna do this now, like and like the inspiration. I think that's beautiful. I can't wait to see like potentially more and more of this. Um, Maybe even like a friendly rivalry. I don't know if it already is at that stage, but it's beautiful. Dandadan is beautiful. Um, Fujimoto, Yukinobu Tatsu, Spy Family guy. I'm sorry, I do not remember his name. Uh, but they're swag. They're cool. It's it's a pleasure reading your why am I saying this like they've all ended? But it's been a pleasure like uh reading the stuff that they've been able to produce, and Dandadan's back, and enjoy it. If you for some reason went through this video and haven't read it already, please do so. It is worth your while. And look at this freaking background. Why? Who would not want to consume something that looks like this? I mean, goddamn. All right. Guten Tag. Good night. Bye.